Hi everyone, welcome to Busy, Smart, and Strong. I'm Becky Lynn, and it's the holiday season, so that means it's time to hit those stores and get those great deals on toys. And I know many of you are already out there doing those shopping sprees. But you know what? We really need to be careful. It has come to my attention that there are a lot of toys out there that are too noisy. They're very noisy. In fact, so noisy that they could cause hearing problems for your kids. And I have with me today an expert on the matter. This is Michelle Michael. She's with the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing, and you're actually the hearing loss expert for the state, is that right?
Well, I'm the hard of hearing specialist, so I tell people I'm not an expert, I'm a specialist. I know a little bit about a lot of things.
Tell me a little bit about, first of all, the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing. What role does that play?
Well, we're really happy to be here today.
Thank you.
The Commission is a state agency. We were established 36 years ago in 1977, and we are an information and referral agency, education, outreach, empowerment. We're involved in all kinds of things related to the deaf and the hard of hearing. A lot of people don't realize that hearing loss is the #1 disability in the world, in the country, and in the state. There are over 700,000 people in Arizona who are hard of hearing like myself, and about 20,000 who are culturally deaf who use American Sign Language.
Now, is it a huge problem for children?
Yeah, it is. We know at birth, right now in Arizona, 1.6 out of 1,000 babies is born with hearing loss, but by the time they're 6, that doubles. And so less than 1% of 6-year-olds have hearing loss, but by the time they're teenagers, it's 20%.
I would attribute a lot of that to things like concerts, iPods with earbuds. I always tell my kids, if I can hear it when it's in your ears, it's got to be too loud, right?
And that's one of the things we teach people. If I'm right here and you're right there and I can hear your music, it is definitely too loud.
So, toys.
Yeah.
It's the shopping season, and kids love toys that make noises.
Yeah,
you know.
of course.
But you're telling me that a lot of the noises that just toys make are too loud for our kids?
Yep, too many toys are too loud. You got to understand, with children, they hear much higher frequencies, tones, than we do as adults, and their hearing is much more sensitive. Now, the safe level is 85 decibels. We don't want to go above that, but I think with children we should stay below that. Because what seems like it may not be too loud to us is actually loud to a child.
Now, you brought a decibel meter, and we're going to test some of these toys that make noise and see just how loud they are and if they're above the recommended range. But I don't have a decibel meter.
Right.
So when I'm out shopping, how do I know?
Well, there's no problem. All you have to do is download a free app on your smartphone. I have an iPhone here, and there's a decibel meter app right here. It's free. There's a lot of different ones. This one is, I think, SkyPaw or something. But right there, it's going to show you what the decibels are.
So I can just take that shopping, I can turn on the toy, because it always says, try me here.
Right.
And hold the phone up to it, and that's awesome. That's great. But you brought the real thing.
I did. I brought the expensive one.
Yes. So let's check out some of these toys and see if they're safe. So let's start with this one. This is a Tonka truck.
Fire truck. Oh, yay. I don't know if we can.
So that doesn't sound that loud to me.
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't think there would be any problem with
that.
But you're saying that's right on the
and
edge.
So kids are playing with these toys, and it's not just one child playing with a toy in a room all by himself. He's got other kids around, and they've got noise-making things, and there's all kinds of noise, so it's cumulative. You know, you've got all those sounds. So it's not just this, but all of the other ones together.
What else here makes noise that we can check?
Yeah, well, Dora. Some of the songs that Dora sings are really loud, and some are not. That's 83, 84. She's right on the borderline, and then sometimes jumping up above. A couple of things that she sings, I saw 100 decibels.
That seems amazing, because that just, and it's like you said though, they hear louder. Yeah. Their ears are more sensitive, they hear louder noises, because I would never think about that. What's the noisiest toy you've run across this year?
100 decibels, 100 decibels, yeah. A lot of times these fire trucks and there's a little guitar that I was playing with earlier, 100 decibels. Like a little play guitar. It's supposed to teach you A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. So we're talking little kids with really loud sounds. Not a good mix.
And so those toys, repeated exposure, I would imagine is what we're talking about.
It's like if you lay out in the sun over and over and over and over and you tan, we know that's not a good thing. Over and over, noise, 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 cumulative effect. And that's why by the time they're teens, we're seeing mild hearing loss.
Okay.
But we should all be looking at 85 decibels. Anything over that can harm our hearing. 100 decibels, 15 minutes at 100 decibels will harm your hearing.
Wow. Well, I hope you don't have the radio and television turned up too loud when you're listening to KTAR.
Right.
Now, you've got some of these other toys here, just real quickly. Are these noise-making toys that I see Barbie, usually she doesn't make noise. So.
Yeah, and she doesn't. You know, I can make her make noises because I can talk with her and pretend, but she doesn't. And even this is a little drum set, and we thought maybe it would be too loud, but it's not. So it's fine. And this one, you can press a little tummy and it makes noise, and it's soft and cuddly, and press its little hands and it's fine.
Okay.
So we tested some, and of course you have board games, you know, and this little truck back here is a really cool little truck. Does all kinds of things, but not noisy. You've got little parts to play with, so.
The only thing I would say about playing with these toys that don't make noise, a lot of times the kids will start making noise. You know, they're screaming, so maybe at times you have to go in there and turn them down because they're above 85 decibels.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Michelle, thank you so much for joining us today on Busy, Smart, and Strong. You've given us a lot of great information as we head out to go holiday shopping. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today on Busy, Smart, and Strong. Our guest today has been Michelle Michaels with the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing. We'll see you next time.